when you're dealing with vicious people that have bad brain activity, okay, you got to understand that this is something that apparently it just can't be fixed overnight. I was sitting there watching some of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and you're sitting there going, if they went back in the past, don't you think archaeologists at this great battle would have found, stuff over from the German plane and the bullets and the gunpowder thing and stuff like that? Don't you think this would have completely altered history, and we wouldn't have had to worry about Hitler winning World War II? So you're sitting there looking at it going, what the fuck, right? And you're watching this, movie, well, the thing is just a replica of the thing from Jesus that they stopped at most of the Holy Relic, and it's not like the Mark of the Covenant. But then we have this dial made by some psychotic scientist in history, right? And you're sitting there watching it, and then you realize, okay, this is considered just mere entertainment, but this is bad thinking. This is destructive thinking. This is psychotic thinking. This keeps people wanting to grow up to be professional wrestlers, race car drivers. I want to be an astronaut. Okay, but there's other people that want to be race car drivers and professional wrestlers because we put satellites up in space. Okay, do you understand? Okay. So if you think yourself responsible, but you're unwilling to go, the Lord's Prayer, apply that in physics. Do you understand? So you got to understand what kind of people that Earl's dealing with. Why Lord Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Why have you forsaken me? So there's a lot of the dialogue, in the Bible that makes tons of sense when you talk to someone like me, okay? But it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever when you listen to someone on TV that's engaged in genocidal philanthropy and won't stand up to live the Lord's Prayer, okay? And then you get scientists that sit there and say, well, it's religion that's the cause of all mythological genocidal operations and thinking. Religion, okay, but Jesus said, forgive debt and trespass, love one another, faithful peace, and not even you scientists are doing that, and that applies in physics better than anything ever said or thought on the Big Bang Theory, or thought or said or whatever. Who cares? Do you understand? Or all just you get to that point, right? Because I talk to people about language and explain to them how important language is. Okay. Now, could you imagine? You're in a building for philanthropy, being trained to be a philanthropist. Okay. And there's a man that's forced to go there to purchase groceries because we're not living like Lord Solomon, okay, and Lord David, okay. This is the most intelligent, brave human being in the history of your existence, of your generation, of your time, okay. The best athlete of your generation, the most intelligent, the most kind, and the most courageous person, okay, that was alive during your existence, okay. This is like meeting somebody like David or Jesus, okay, and not fully understanding the magnitude of your conversation because you're too distracted by LeBron James and Tom Brady and Taylor Swift and Beyonce and Serena Williams promoted by Morgan Stanley. Do you see what I'm saying? And the people at the university are just as wackadoodle as the assholes on TV, right? And the people at White Sands and at Holloman Air Force Base and Fort Bliss are just as wackadoodle as all the nuts on TV, right? And they're like wackadoodle do. If you're doing things for entertainment, okay, that are bad thinking, irrational thinking, that promote Alien, Resurrection, Independence Day, War of the Worlds, Mission Impossible, right? Deadpool and Wolverine. That's not saving children from genocide. That's not saving children from being sexually assaulted for money. That's not saving human beings growing up to feel like they want a piece of that action, right? You going on TV pretending to be something you're not for make-believe money to sell products and have people drive to cars to buildings so you can be extremely wealthy through philanthropy, but not live meaningful, truthful thoughts and words and actions. You've never been loved a day in your life. Okay, you have people in your life that tell you they love you, but they haven't stood up for the Lord's Prayer a day in their life. Some of them are in their 80s and their 90s, right? I love you. No, you don't, you fucking liar, and you've been lying to yourself. Life is eternal and grace is infinite, okay? You participated in the lie that you gave me your whole life, and then when you sit there and look at social media and say, this guy's crazy, he thinks he's God, it's like, no, you do, you stupid fuck, because God that you're talking about said, forgive debt and trespass, love one another, eternal faithful peace, and you haven't stood up for that a day in your fucking life, okay? I'm the sword. I am here to turn father against son and daughter against mother. Okay. If you were born a fucking liar and you've been a fucking liar your whole life and you teach that to your children and your grandchildren, you really think I'm going to sit by on the sidelines and say, go ahead. It makes our eternal existence through holy covenants absolute wonder bar. It's the most enjoyable experience in the whole world to watch you on TV, listen to you talk, and watch you pretend to be something in the past that you're not for make-believe money and engaging in genocide that we shouldn't even be thinking about anymore. That if it's put up there, it's like, oh my gosh, I remember when I was a little kid, okay? And I used to watch movies where men dressed up in armor and took broadswords and slit each other's bodies in half. And think, oh my gosh, Jesus, that would be so horrible. My sister read Johnny Got His Gun. And Mom got me Red Bad Courage. I read that. I said, oh, Jesus, this would be so horrible having to stand there and look at other people take a gun and destroy their bodies with that gun. Kill these people because they're trying to kill me. I would hate that. Jesus, this would be horrible. Right? Why do you think when I was listening to that idiot trying to explain the book of Revelation, it wasn't even in the ballpark from Tulsa, Oklahoma when I was a little kid, and he was talking about, well, we're going to blow everything up with nuclear weapons and Jesus is going to come from the sky. I said, Jesus, I don't want that to happen. I don't want my parents to die in a nuclear holocaust. And Jesus sitting there talking to this little boy and saying, Earl, if it kills your parents, it will kill you too, Earl. That's a good point, Jesus, but I'm being very emotional because you love your parents. You don't want your parents to be murdered by crazy psychopaths right over the mountain, right? St. Augustine's fucking passed with a big old fucking missile saying, we keep the world safe for democracy and philanthropy. Yeah. Okay? You don't talk to Jesus. Jesus doesn't talk to you. You're a faith-forsaken fucking liar. You'll get all excited and dance around because you're going to be the top hoe in the hoe cake factory contest. You're a horrible fucking person. Okay? Y'all talk about what an asshole Donald Trump is. How much money did you make last year? How many people did you ask to participate in genocide and murdering each other over money to play games over money with bunch of your tech support and techno geeks? I talked to a lady about the story. You got to understand, okay? Corporations knew who I was before I was born. I've never kissed a woman privately. I've never made love to a woman privately. I never got to raise my kids, change their diapers, and sing songs to them without being studied by psychotic scientists like Beverly Hofstadter, Amy Farrah Fowler, Barney Kripke, Leslie Winkle, Sheldon Cooper. Okay. Yeah, just like that. Okay. We're afraid it might be used for a weapon. It's none of your business. Right? Assholes like that. Colonel Williams. One of those MIT, trying every great invention, there's an MIT grad. Assholes like that. Okay. The worst home invasion, child molesting, murdering, jealous, aggressive perverts in the history of the world that give you people that play games for money and sit around and, that Anthony Edwards kids, you ever watch him play basketball? It's irritating as fuck. He can't make a decent play without wagging his dick in the other guy's face and act like you can't throw that dick as well as I can. It's like, Your girlfriend, after the dance, would be begging me to take her home because she's sick of your shit, and you fucking every woman in town thinking your dick is God's gift to woman, Kobe Bryant Jr. Okay? When a woman wants a real man to love her, she steps up to a man like King David and not a swiggity swag, big dig little punk like you. And my son has a bigger penis than you, and he was taught to regard and respect women and not sexually see himself as a prize for a bunch of murderers that think money is worth killing over. Okay? You think you're the best basketball player in the building? You never were. I didn't go in the building because basketball is just healthy exercise for healthy people. Hi, I'm a healthy person.